Hello, good morning, good evening, good whatever it is for you. I found something cool in Blade Sorcery today, and I wanted to highlight it because I haven't seen anybody talking about it, but it's really fucking cool. As you know, in Blade Sorcery, when you have a blade, you can pierce things. Like wood, or people, for example. Today, we will just be using wood. As I demonstrated, you can pierce wood, however, you cannot pierce stone. At least, under normal circumstances. Most of the environments in this game are wood or stone, so this is where things get kind of interesting. You can pierce stone with a fire-infused blade, as you saw just there. It makes for some interesting, cool little, one-time help situations when you're trying to climb a wall, like that. But, for the most part, your fire imbuement's gonna run out before you get anywhere with it. Here's where this thing that I figured out comes in, because this is pretty dope. So, like I showed you over there, if I want to scale something like this, this isn't going to be useful. The fire imbuement's going to run out before I get too high on there, and as you know, I'm not going to be able to let go with this hand to re-imbue it. It's going to be in the wall, or I'm going to be holding on with this hand and can't use the magic. So fuck this. We're going to use something way cooler. These guys, they're under the exotic tools. These are the wrist blades. I don't know when they added this. I don't know if this was in the most recent update or something previous and I just missed it, but you can cast magic while holding these. With that demonstration that I just gave you, I'm sure that you can see where this is going. Why are you being not smart? It's imbued, whatever, it works. So there's a couple things that make this really, really easy. Normally when you're trying to climb a surface in Blade and Sorcery, you have to look for these little sort of dents in the texture. They have to be jagged outlines and you can grab onto them with your hand. It's not always the very straightforward process. It takes a lot of trial and error and it takes a lot of time, more importantly. With this method, you don't have to waste your time doing that and you can just get straight to climbing surfaces like this without much problem. Like I showed you earlier, you can imbue these with magic, and I'm sure you can guess our next steps are pretty straightforward. This takes very, very little effort and just a few things to keep in mind. If I were to do this without the cool little vibroblade thing I've got going on, this would take me forever to get up here, and I should know because I did it before. This is way, way easier. There's three main things that you need to know about when doing this. As you can see right there, I started to slide out. This was because I chose a poor angle when I put this in the wall. So thing number one, angles. When you are going to put your blade into the wall, try to angle it downwards. This prevents situations like the one I just had where I'm going to slide out. The thing that was stopping me from sliding out is thing number two. Keep the joystick moving forward. When you're pushing up against these rocks, sometimes the pressure will push you off before it actually gets into the rock. Like so. Because we're moving forward, not getting pushed back, and you can apply pressure slower and easier for more control.
So, actually I need to make a quick interjection about this rule. Something I noticed after climbing a stone for the ending shot is that there seems to be an exception to this rule. If you're on a stone that looks like you're going to stand on it when you pass over it, try to work around doing this second thing. Because of the way the disarm system accounts for pressure on the sides of your blades, it's going to make you let go of them, which you can see here and here. It's confusing at first, but as far as I notice, this is the only situation that will cause that to happen regularly, so try and avoid it as best you can. Hooray for playtesting!
Thing number three is speed. You don't need to push it hard and fast. You don't need to shove your arm into the wall to get this to go smoothly. I recommend going slower because in a circumstance where we get a weird mesh like the one over there, sometimes you'll push yourself off the rock before you actually embed the blade into the wall. So try to go on a slower pace. Pay attention to the sound that your blades are making because you can tell how imbued they are with how much noise they're making. If you feel like they're getting quiet, you just stop and imbue them again. Because you can do this with the one in the wall as well. You don't even have to remove it. And you continue. And as you may know, our mana regenerates over time, so we don't even have to use a mana potion or anything like that. We just have to hang out, take our time, and be patient, And you can climb pretty much any surface right away. It doesn't even take much effort or learning to make it happen.
And there you have it, a tool for climbing just about any surface in Blade Sorcery, and a pretty neat one too. I know for a fact I'll be taking 2 of these into pretty much every dungeon in the full game myself. And honestly, stuff like this is one of my favorite things about this game. It's just, there's so many little things that once you know about them, they just enhance the game, and learning to play with the world to me is just as fun as learning to fight the enemies. And anyway, I hope this was a helpful video for you, and to those who have better sensors and more talent, go nuts with this. I'm looking forward to seeing more dope, crazy stuff come out as this update is explored. But till then though, thanks for your time, and good luck on your dungeon calls, yeah?